Yeah, this place is just magical. I always knew that this was like what I wanted to create with my life. Just growing up, my dad had a cabin in southern Ohio that he would rent, and that was like the happy place, and hunting and riding ATVs and jumping in the lake and, you know, catching turtles or whatever it is that we were doing. So I just always knew that that's what I wanted to work towards, is having something like that. And so this is what life's all about. I think out here is like freedom and being in nature and being able to do what you want every day. And I want my kids to be able to experience like the same things that I did. And also, yeah, just hunting, fishing, ATVs, all of that is some of the best memories. So I think I just like naturally acquired a taste for nice places, which is expensive. Even in Calabasas, I built a razor track around my house, which was wild because it was only like 4 acres. But we just used as much space as possible. Um, but but yeah, I always dreamt of this and wanted this, and I needed it to have like wake surfing, ATV, and like all this stuff. So I knew what I wanted, and I would be on Zillow. I mean, me and my dad were looking for years and years, and there would be like one or two properties that popped up every now and again that kind of fit everything that I wanted. But it's actually really hard to find something like this piece of property, I believe. It had to be like more than about 2,000 acres, but also like on a lake. So when you start to look for that, it there's not a lot of properties. Yeah, I fish, but mostly wake surfing and jet skiing. But I'm gonna get more into the bass fishing and catfish fishing out here. The Montanas and all that stuff, they just get too cold, and I don't really like the altitude and the crazy weather changes and all that stuff. My brother has a place out there, so in California, but it's like in the mountains, and one moment it'll be warm and then it's hailing, and then you're in like a 60-mile-per-hour hurricane or something. So um definitely like the southern part of the United States is where I was focused on. I definitely learned more about it through Walter and these other guys who taught me more things about the revenue that can come off the land. But I always knew that I wanted to generate revenue. I look at this as like an investment property, and obviously it's helping improve the land as well. If I can generate more money off the land, then I can put more money into the property. And so I look at this as a business for sure. And I always had like my own ideas of things to do on the property, but learned a lot about the peanuts and the timber and international papers and all that stuff. I'll definitely be filming videos here and potentially making like a YouTube channel around it. um, I've just been torn a little bit, like if it's too early to start that, or like it's just gonna create more work for myself. But I train in Puerto Rico, but like a couple of days while I'm here, like getting some work in. Um, but it's definitely probably better to train in Puerto Rico. I'm just like more focused there. There's too many things pulling you in different directions here. Hog hunting is a pretty wild. It's cool. Like at night, there's not a lot of hogs on this property, but we've been on some of the other like neighboring properties, and yeah, you just sneak up on them with the thermal optics and just go to town. The world needs to disconnect more and to be in places like this and not be on their phones all the time. Like when you're here, nothing else really matters. You kind of like lose track of the news and what's happening on Twitter because you're just not paying attention to it. So every day, I think there's like one moment where I'm just like, damn, this is cool and beautiful. And I like feel blessed. And I'm just like, I'm still taking it all in, and I'm still finding new places on the property. I probably will for the next year or so. Um, So yeah, every day it's like, oh, that's a new tree, that's a new this, that's a new view. So it's just really cool to take it all in every day. I think that's one of the best parts about it is, yeah, being able to share this place with people and see their emotions that come from it, and see how happy it makes everybody, and war energy grows collectively because of that. So um I think I've always kind of just been saving, um yeah, to be able to afford something like this. I think it was like a little bit even bigger of a parcel than I wanted. Um, so I kind of like had to ask myself, like, do I have the balls to manage this place? And you know, that was a little bit of a question that I wrestled with, because it is like very intense and it's a lot of land. So, um, but I just was like, I'm thinking as like a 27-year-old, but once I get used to the land and I'm 28 and 29 and 30, and then all of a sudden I'm 40, I'm gonna be like, oh, I should have bought more land. So I think I just have to like grow into it a bit, but that was really what I was debating.